Okay, I'm going to start with the mixing bowl. Keep our whey protein there. What's this? I'm going to add some Greek yogurt into the mix, quite literally. Now what I'm going to make here is a nighttime protein, a slower releasing protein that you can have pretty much at the end of your day, right before you go to bed, so that your body gets that slower release of protein throughout the night, so that your body's not going to be catabolizing and breaking down muscle. Really simple to do. Let me show you. Scoop or two of your favorite protein. I'm going to use 1.5 there. Now I mentioned casein protein earlier. If you can get that, better source of protein, slower digesting, releasing throughout the night. Get my spoon. Now you can get less calorie yogurt, but Greek yogurt is really good. I'm going to mix this up. Might use a little bit of water, and you know what, you can add other things into the mix. Bit of almond butter, how does that sound? Bit of peanut butter maybe if you prefer. You can add some coconut oil, that's really good. And this, look, if you can see, just makes into like a thicker yogurt based, this is a protein here. But I would keep mixing, probably add a little bit more protein to increase that consistency a little bit more, make it thicker, and just put that in the fridge. And if you want to add some blueberries, some raspberries into the mix, again, you can pretty much be as creative as you want. Make sure you've got some good protein in there, some casein protein, a bit of low-fat yogurt or some Greek yogurt. Try it with cottage cheese. I'm serious, try it. It's not as you think, it tastes great. You would mix it up, put it in the freezer for maybe 5-10 minutes, and at night time, sit there and eat it like a dessert, an ice cream. Okay, on to our final meal, which would be great for a dinner time meal or post-workout. Now, one thing you don't keep seeing me doing is washing my hands every time I touch veg, meat, just any type of food really, just so I'm not cross-contaminating and getting different germs and bacteria on my food that I'm going to be eating. So I do keep washing my hands after every time I touch food, and that's one thing that you should be doing too. This is halibut, beautiful cut, beautiful fillet of halibut, white fish, really, really good source of protein, pretty much no fats in there, no carbohydrates, just protein. So unlike the chicken and the turkey not so much, but the chicken, which has about 4 or 5, maybe a little bit higher grams of fat per 100 grams, which is 10 grams per chicken breast really. Fish, white fish, is not going to have any. So that gives us more leeway into adding fats or being able to control the amounts of fats within this meal. So we're going to start with our cod, and all I'm going to do is lightly fry that back on the pan with a little bit of coconut oil in there. It gives it a really great taste. Add a little bit of spice and herbs on that, and then add some greens into it as well, and a little bit of carbohydrates. Now if this is later on in the day, if it's our 4th, 5th meal, we can still have carbohydrates in there. Yam, like I mentioned, we can slice it up, we can use it as like French fries or as crisp breads. One thing I'm going to do right whilst I'm cooking the fish is show you a different way we can make the yam. Okay, so we've got our fish there. I'm going to get the pan which I washed up earlier, right before I washed my hands, and put that back on the stove. Again, allowing the pan to heat up before I add the oil, or the coconut oil rather, into the pan. So first I'm going to season the halibut. Again, I'm going to use a little bit of this black pepper mixed with some cayenne pepper in there, not too much, I don't want it too spicy. And I'm going to add something else. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning here, very low sodium. In fact, this particular one has no sodium, no salt, so I can add this to any of my meats or salads just to give different flavor, a bit of a European flavor to it if you like. I'm going to season both the top and the bottom. Now some people, if they want, they can use they use powder, flour, white powder, to kind of take some of the grease away, but white halibut has no fats or grease in, like some of the fresher seawater fishes, perhaps such as salmon, mackerel, whitefish, halibut and cod has none of those fats, which not a bad thing because we still need the omega-3s, 6s and some 9s from those fishes, but it means we can control our fat amount again. What am I going to add to this halibut? Well, we only used half of the avocado, and remember I said the avocado was pretty much most of your fat content for that meal. So I'm going to scoop this one out nearly in one go. I would normally use a spoon, but I last used the spoon for the peanut butter. And although I like mixing different flavors and textures, almond butter rather, I should say, and avocado is not a taste that I think I would acquire anytime soon. So knife and fork, I'm simply just going to slice these. This is more for presentation than anything else. I'm quite happy mashing it all up, but I'm not finished just yet. Okay, before I continue preparing the side salad and the veg, I'm going to cook the fish. I mentioned using coconut oil. In this particular occasion, I'm not going to use coconut oil because of the spices and the herbs I've used. I just don't want to mix that concoction. So I've just put some olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil, just a tiny bit into the frying pan. Not enough to allow it to sizzle, but just to cover the base of the pan. As you can see there, there's barely any in there, and you can hear by the sizzle, there's not much there. Again, just so it doesn't stick. Now, I would turn the fan on, but then it's going to be too loud in here to hear me, which I know some of you are probably wishing I would right now, but a few more minutes, we're nearly done. What am I going to add to this avocado here? Let me show you. Again, it's about using the foods that we've already started using. The remainder of our red pepper here. Again, I don't even need to use all of it. I'm going to cut it in half. Save the other quarter for perhaps another chicken pita. And actually, I'm going to remove the seeds from the peppers. And just slice this one up. Again, dicing it. You'll see what I'm going to do with it. Some of you may be smart enough to have already foreseen the mixture that I'm going to make. What did I do with the chicken pita? Yeah, I put them together. What do you think I'm going to do here? Put them together. With what though? Where's our carbohydrate? What have we got left? Think about it.